Welcome to Best Practices in Marketing. Hide and Seek, how customers find you through SEO and SEM. And now, here's Lori Stutzman, President of Extra Mile Marketing.
So today we're going to talk about search engine optimization and search engine marketing. We're going to talk about what it is, what it's best for, how to use it, and what your next steps are. So let's get started. So first, what is search engine optimization and what is search engine marketing? So search engine optimization is simply creating your website in a way that the search engines can map your content to relevant searches. It can be organic, which means non-paid, or it can be paid placement. Search engine marketing is different. So search engine marketing is a marketing campaign that runs on the search engines. So it's a paid campaign, and it generally runs for a finite amount of time. It can be linked to a specific promotion or product or service, or maybe a particular call to action. So why is it so important? For search engine optimization, 70% of the links that search users click on are organic or not paid. So it's really important to work on your optimization so your website shows up in the top grouping of the non-paid rankings. So how do you get your search engine in the top grouping of the non-paid rankings, right? So first, your title tag is the #1 thing that search engines are looking for. This is generally buried in your content management system, and it's a paragraph description about what's on that page. It needs to be really focused on what content is on the page, what promotion might be on the page, what product or service you might be offering. The next thing you want to think about is your heading tags. So the other thing that search engines are looking for are what did you put in your headings? We all have a lot of content on our pages, and there's only so much that the search engines can do with that. So what they're looking at is what did you put in the headers, because they're assuming that's the most important content on your page. So make sure those really are a reflection of what kind of searches you want to bring to your site. Next, you can use descriptive URLs. So a lot of you, if you look at your site today, you'll see the URL in the header is something like site.com page equals 10 or page equals 27 or whatever. And really that doesn't tell the search engines anything about what's on your page. So if you can rewrite that to be site.com whack SEO tips, then the search engines could look and see, oh, that web page has information about search engine optimization. So that'll tell the search engines that this is good content to map to that relevant search. The other thing that you can do pretty easily is rename your images that you put on your site. Most of your images, if you look at them, if you right-click on them and see the name of the image, it'll be JPEG number 23746, which again doesn't tell the search engines anything about that as content on your site. So what you want to do is rename it to be, this image is a red and white flag, so that the search engines go, oh, if someone's looking for a red and white flag, we'll send them to your site. The other thing that you can do is add alternative text or alt text, which is a brief description of that image itself. You can add that to the image so that, again, the search engines have something to look for. The next thing I'll say is that the other thing that engines are looking for are links in and out of your site. And it's not all about a lot of links, it's about really quality links. So you want to try and link with people that have a lot of traffic on their site and then have them link back to you. So find some complementary partners that you can link back and forth, and then think about linking to sites that are larger than yours. So for example, you could add Microsoft to your site and recommend that people, if they want more information, go to the Microsoft site. That builds a link out of your site. But then even more important, you could get people that go to the Microsoft site to come to your site if you do a really good job with your pinpoint profile, and people look at your pinpoint profile and then come to your site. So that's a great way to have links in and out of your site. Next thing is, don't forget about integrating your social media. So a lot of you already have company pages on LinkedIn, for example, other social media sites. So make sure you're linking in and out of that. And one of the things that search engines look for is, was any content sent elsewhere? So if you can put a widget on your site that allows people to easily send your content elsewhere, that's going to help your rankings as well. And then the final thing I'll say is that you want to use landing pages. If you use a landing page, you're going to have very specific content that's going to map to specific searches that are out there, and that's going to help your rankings as well. So now let's talk about search engine marketing, where you're actually creating a campaign. And a lot of you have not done this part yet. A lot of you have done a little bit of SEO, but maybe haven't got into the SEM side. So first, all you want to do is sign up and get an account on whatever search engine you're interested in running on. We used Google and Bing as our examples. First, you want to set up your campaign. So you put the title of your campaign, something very simple. You want it to be very focused. Think billboard, not white paper. You want to think about what 4 words describe your campaign. And then you want to set up your daily spending limits. And that's what's really nice about search engine marketing. You can control the amount you spend on a daily basis. So if you only want to spend $25 a day, you can do that and you can measure your effectiveness. Then you want to build a keyword list. So you want to put together the list of keywords and key phrases that you think your prospects and clients might be searching on to find you. And if you put some of them into a search engine, actually it'll give you a list of other keywords and phrases that you should be using as well, because those are the things that are coming up in the search engines that they find. You want to use both broad and specific search terms, because they're going to vary in terms of effectiveness and in terms of price. So a lot of you want to put things in like hosted email, which is fine, but there's a lot of people who put that keyword in. So if you're a hosted email provider that specializes, say, in the insurance industry, you might want to put hosted email for insurance, and that'll actually reduce your cost per click, and it'll increase your effectiveness, because people in the insurance industry will know to come to your site. So speaking of cost per click, the way that you pay for search engine marketing is auction-based. So you have to put in the maximum you're willing to spend to get the highest position on the page. And what we find is the cost per click can be anywhere from 50 cents to $5. So it's a huge range. And it can go way over $5 depending on how broad your term is. We also generally find that if you do a number of search terms, your average will be about $1 per click. So then you want to create your ads. So you have to put just a 1-line header, and then you have a very brief description after that. So you have to think about how short can you keep your message and still have people get what it is that you want them to know about your company. And then you also want to make sure that you have a call to action that's strong, that will maybe bring them to your landing page. So next you want to set your bids. So remember I said it was an auction kind of atmosphere. You want to set up your bids, and most of the search engines have these bid estimator tools. So if you put your bid in, it'll give you an idea of how you're going to be ranked based upon what other people have bid. So you have a good sense of it. And keep in mind that you don't need to be in the #1 position to be effective. You just need to be on the #1 page. Okay, so a couple quick tips for search engine marketing. When we do these campaigns, we always try and run a couple of different ads for testing. You saw, I just showed you, there's only 4 steps to setting up a campaign. Super easy, so you can run 2 or 3 different campaigns simultaneously and see what's the most effective. You can also be building specific landing pages for each of your batches of keywords, so that there's an immediate payoff from the keyword that you put in to the landing page. And then of course install conversion code tracking software so that you can measure how effective your ads are. So here's an example, quick example. This is a Microsoft partner, Rackspace. And here the prospect is interested in cloud servers. That's what they put in. And Rackspace comes up as the #1 organic or non-paid spot on the page. So you click on it, and immediately you go to a landing page that says Rackspace Cloud Servers. So there's an immediate payoff. I just searched for cloud servers, and now I'm right here, and Rackspace definitely does cloud servers. And what's nice about this is they have great information, whether you're in the early stages of buying, so you're just information gathering, whether you're in the middle stage, where you want to know more about Rackspace, about the company, or whether you're in the buying stage, where you want to actually get a special deal to make it happen. And then you want to look at the numbers, right? Because it's so easy in search engine marketing to mix things up and to try new things. So go beyond kind of the normal things that you would think about, like impressions and click-throughs and click-through rates. Those are all important. I don't say you don't want to use those, but you could go beyond that. So how many people forwarded information from your landing page to someone else? You want to know that, right? Which creative pulled better for you? If you tested ABC creative, which one pulled better? Which search engine pulled best? What day of the week pulled best? You want to know all these things, and you can kind of mix it up and you can really hone in your marketing plan. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing I'd say to do is to download the SEO SEM Marketing Getting Started Guide, which has a lot more in it than I could cover. And then I would contact your website manager and check out your content management system, because you might find that there's a lot of tools already embedded in your website to help you do all the things I just talked about. Next, I would probably get together some people on your team to brainstorm keywords that might be really relevant to you. And then if it seems really daunting, which I know this is a lot of information, you might want to find an SEO expert out there to kind of get you started, to build a plan for you, and then you can maintain it over time. And then I will say that frequently on the Ready to Go site, there are some special offers, special services that have been contracted by Microsoft on your behalf that you can participate in, and you can get a search engine optimization expert already lined up and can help you right away. So thanks so much for coming, and with that, happy marketing, and we hope to see you soon.